If a diamond is a girl's best friend, then quartz is a goddess's best friend. Now, if you want to watch this, you have to go watch the other one first. One I just made before this, because I'm not going to go over everything. I'm going to at least try not to. I'm going to hit on some of the points. But I am Tron, the immortal, organic, digital, electric, silica shaman. Y'all should know that. So let's talk a little bit about quartz, silica, diamonds, carbon, trees. Now this is all going to be in the last one, so I'm going to try to make this one short, and I just want to make a couple connections that I kind of want to leave open-ended and loose so you can figure them out. I shouldn't have to say too much, but it looks like this. Silica is what's inside of quartz. It's what makes computers work. It's in the earth. Mama Gaia, the earth. She's made of this stuff. It's in there. That quartz right there is what communicates. A piece of carbon which turns into a diamond, what is its value? Oh, it has a very high dollar value, but everybody knows it's artificially inflated. And even if you don't think that, you put them side by side, and what is the use of each one? Well, before I tell you that, and you should already know, the diamond is called ice. It's connected to Isis and the moon and money. I'm not saying that carbon, and I'm not saying that diamonds don't have a use or some value in the system. This is not at all what I'm saying. But we live in a place where everything's upside down and backwards and inside out. So if we start flipping things over and re-coordinating what's in our tool shed and our body and our temple, if we flip everything over, everything we've been told, and we start to see that the really easy, simple, cheap things are actually have more intrinsic value to our system, to our entire species. What does a diamond do? Can you throw it in a computer and make it talk to another computer? Does it talk to the earth? No. A diamond is not piezoelectric, but quartz is. Quartz is what your body is made of. Your body is a crystal. Your skeleton is a crystal. That quartz there, let me take this to another level. If the earth has quartz in it everywhere, and computers use quartz because it's piezoelectric and it's communicating, what's not to say that Mother Gaia, the earth, and I'm not trying to give this a masculine or feminine tone to it. I'm just saying what's beneath us, the thing that we're standing on, the living system. If you believe it's a living system, what's to say that's not communicating to the computers? And then on top of that, you're the human computer. You take your shoes off and you go put your feet on the ground, and what happens? You're connected into the system. If you put rubber on your feet, you're not connected to the system. You can slightly get there through your hands and through the vibrations around you and things like this. There's a little more going on than that. But a direct download, a direct into the system, putting your feet on the earth. So people walk around with this ice on their neck, and they got bling, and it's all shiny. How do they make those diamonds all shiny? They got to cut them up. They have to use the physical world to make it look like something. And everybody's like, ooh, they're gonna get married, and they have a big diamond ring. What finger do they put that on? They put it on the ring. They put it on the ring finger, which is the Saturn ring. The Saturn ring finger. It has to do with the Time Lord of Saturn. And it has to do with, as Saturn and the moon are very intricately connected. I'm not going to get into all that. I've done a lot of earlier work on that. But we see that the connection to what ice is as the structure of the carbon that is now called a diamond. Okay? Diamond means mind, to split the mind. Oh, look at that shiny object. Look at that. It must have lots of value. Oh, I've got all these diamonds. Yet they do nothing. But this cheap thing over here that's everywhere, that these silly, crazy hippies, they put that all over them, even if they don't know really what's going on, if they can't even feel the subtle energy. What do? They wrap it up with copper wire. Cheap stuff right there. Copper's pretty cheap. Crystal's pretty cheap. What do you run electricity through? Copper. What's piezoelectric? Your skeletal system. What's in the earth? Those crystals. Now, if you take what is Isis, I-S-I-S. Isis means the moon. Ice is that cold. It's cold. If something is cold, it's called ice. And you take that I-S-I-S and you flip it around, what do you get? You get C-S-I. Ah, it's the mirror. On the other side of the mirror is the actual thing. You see, that piece of quartz crystal is a metaphysician's tool that is showing you something in the physical world. It's connected to the mind. See? Yes? CC? Yes? If you CC someone, you 33 them. If you CC, you carbon copy. What is the carbon copy? The carbon copy is the diamond. It's a fake. It's a faux. F-A-U-X. It's a false. It's a falsity of the crystal. But the crystal is C. Yes. You see that? That crystal right there that your body is made of, that's the thing. And see, the diamond that you have to use physical objects to manipulate to make it refract and reflect light, all it does is make it something shiny. But you need to use physical objects to make it do that. And when you do that, what do you put those diamonds on? You put it on you put it on saws so it can cut physical worlds up. It can cut stones. See, it has a use. But what is made of the mind? What is the reference to the mind? Those crystals right there. Those piezoelectric crystals. Carbon isn't piezoelectric. Your body, your entire system is. Look at the structure of that silicon. That's silica. It's a higher atomic number. Now, that doesn't mean anything, but it certainly looks more ordered. It certainly has more absolute value to the mental and physical world. If you can use that to express mental algorithms, you can change the world through what is already in the world. The physical place, which is the earth that you're standing on, that communicates through these stones, which are made of what? Silica, water, and light. Living crystals, which your body is. This gets into the crystal skulls. This gets into like Indiana Jones and the crystal skull. Remember that? And this gets into a lot of things. Like I said again, goes to my last video, and this would really start to make a lot more sense. So we're talking about false light. We're talking about the moon, and then we're talking about crystal made out of the sun. They look very similar, but they're completely different. One actually has a false value. The other has a real. It is in a physical form, but it's reflective of the mental universe of the metaphysician, where the diamond does nothing except for work with the physical world, and the people that like it and want it and put it on their fingers, they go, oh, look we're inside of time. A carbon is a cube, where a silicon is not a cube. It's a more advanced species. Now imagine all you've been eating through your whole life has been inorganic iron, and this goes into all the last one I did. I'm not going to go too far with this, but look at all the things that you've been eating, and then consider silicone reference diet of what crystals are, the kind of plant life that has silica in it, bamboo, and look at the light. Look at the plants that are bearing light. See, Now you start to get a little closer to what is really going on. We can build him. We can make him stronger. Like the $6 million man. But see, you just get to build yourself. If you'd like to. Or you can continue to do what you're doing. Like most people, hey, like I said, like I always say, like this is just, who am I? I'm just some lunatic on the internet. I don't know. Just some crazy dude. But I'll say it again. If I'm right, oh, I mean, I already told you so many times. Anybody that is, if there's anybody out there that has listened to all 500 or no, 650 videos of mine, I took a bunch of them down. But anybody out there is even close, you're a little clued into how this whole system works, and this right here is mind-bending stuff. And I'm telling you, nobody cares, and that's why this information doesn't matter. I don't need 10 million subscribers. I don't care. There's 10 million people don't want to be immortal. 9,999,990 people don't like their life and don't want to be here. They don't want to be immortal. That's the trick, you see. So, and these structures, they work off of a different harmonic of your being itself, and we're talking about like energetics of the mind, the pineal gland, the heart, your organs, the cleanliness of your blood, the creating these elements and then working with them to put them into you to be part of you're on spaceship Earth inside a spacesuit that is made out of something that reforms itself probably every 9 months, all of it. I mean, if we really look into it, like if a baby's formed that way, well, you give yourself a blood transfusion with all of these things that you should be ingesting, and imagine what would happen. Maybe nothing. Maybe it's just ridiculous. Who knows? But that carbon thing, when you look at the structure of carbon, that silicon thing, I don't know, because if you start ingesting silicon and you start getting some sunshine, you go out in the sun, and all of a sudden you're walking around and you're putting pressure, you're moving your piezoelectric system around, it's starting to push out all of the weak things, the weak elements, and your bones need to rebuild. Your blood wants to be rebuilt. Every part of your temple and your system wants to rebuild itself from that initial immortal cell, which I've gotten into his work before, and I'll retouch on that soon. Hilton Hotima, but man, you'd be turning yourself into an immortal, like, dude. Whatever, man. This is loony. This is crazy. But if I'm right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this little talk. There's so much more that I have on this that I wanted to put out there, but I thought I would just let you guys put some of it your own, do some of your own research, because it's more valuable to you if you understand really what's going on with each one of these elements, and what silicon is and what silica is, and what all of these glow in the dark elements are, and getting a better understanding of, like, how is it that I know what I know. You need to know why it is that you know what you know. You don't want just the answer from me. I can give you lots of clues into it, and a lot of times I paint the whole picture and take you right through it. But sometimes the process of you just kind of connecting the dots for yourself frameworks that entire lattice, so that you can then use that and go. And then the next time when you see something like this, whenever I give you an example of, say, a different element, that you'll be able to make a quicker assertion of why exactly these things fit together this way. But then again, this is probably just some loony stuff. Oh, and have a beautiful day. Do cool things. Inspire the world. If you can't do that, at least clean your body up. I mean, worst case scenario, at least you know you're going to clean yourself up and have a better existence. You know, that's all I can really like put out there is like, hey guys, this is, you know, we can at least, even if we're not building you into an immortal system, it doesn't really matter. You know, at least it'll be a fun little story time and journey, but you can definitely clean up your body and maybe fix your eyesight a little bit, and maybe just feel a little better. And there's a lot of things that you'll at least get out of this. But do remember that I am Tron, the immortal, organic, digital, electric, silica shaman.